Hello and welcome to the channel. Let's get into this story.
Phala is not a dead issue. There's no way someone should say this matter was dealt with by the 6th Parliament, therefore 7th Parliament can't deal with it.
Prior to the 7th Parliament, the ANC was the majority party.
Yes.
What I don't understand or fail to appreciate is the suggestion that the MPs, when they voted against the report, they were influenced. In other words, it was unlawfully dictated upon them. Let me just say the way it is. You may be insulting their intelligence. It's a difficult path to follow.
Well, it was common cause several years after the event that there was no case opened.
I'm not sure I want to accept that he should be assumed to have been aware that if he reported to his head of security, it will not end up with the police.
Imagine you had lost 8.7 billion rand.
Let me not respond. No, Justice Rogers, I mean, this is unfair, actually. I know that it's not, but it's really unfair in a matter of this public importance to make a joke like that and then to pass it on.
Let me then continue. 8.7 million rand, if, just as a matter of common sense, if a person loses 8.7 million rand, they would want to know who the investigating officer is and has it been reported to the police. Is there a case pending? And it's common cause that there wasn't.
Yes. But what is the question then for the issue that I'm dealing with?
I'm trying to just see the totality of circumstances.
Yes.
Then we have, and the panel paid a lot of attention to this, the source of the foreign currency, because it did, in regard to charges 2 to 4, it was not merely the fact.
Just saying, here's another indication of the reality of how politics operates in the House, is Ms. T. Mohammed Phala. Yes, Mohammed
She wanted
Phala.
correction of her votes, whether it should be yes or
Correct.
no.
So that's it. But even if we didn't have that evidence on the record, the debate goes back to that earlier Glenister point that I made, which is that it's not wrong for a litigant to say that the structure adopted in decision-making lends itself towards unlawfulness, and that the basis of the attack which is being launched, and which my clients have launched, is to remedy that potential unlawfulness which stems from the structure as it exists.
Doesn't that interchange or reference to Mrs. Mohammed Phala indicates that she looked and realized that her vote was wrongly captured? She wanted a correction of that, and that in itself would mean that she exercised her mind.
No.
Or we should read into it that she had been influenced.
But look at her actual words, because that's important then. Because what the actual words say is, it says, "It came to my attention that my vote for party line is captured incorrectly. Vote for party line is no." And then she goes on to say, "It came to my attention, interjections, that it was recorded as a yes. I vote no, thank you." So what she herself tells you is that it's not a separate application of her mind, and when her vote is accidentally recorded as going one way, she stands up and she says, "I'm sorry, my vote according to the party line should go the other way." And that takes us back to the UDM territory of the clash between political direction and constitutional obligation in terms of the oath of office. And we say that that's the territory we are in.
But we all live in South Africa. And we know how...
Last time I checked, yes.
Yeah, we all live in South Africa.
Yes.
What's wrong with voting according to party lines?
No, but
It's happening all the time.
No, but may I suggest this, that argument...
All political parties
Yes.
vote according to party lines.
That's perfectly correct, but what UDM foreshadows is the clash between those party lines and constitutional obligation. But if we step away from that UDM clash point, and let me accept for the moment what you say, that party lines are perfectly legitimate, then what that invites is the party line given and relied upon, and whether that line is a lawful reason. And that takes you to the first example I sketched out.
It's something else.
Yeah, so I think, yes, that's what I would say.
All right, let me conclude.
Sorry, there was a second response I owed you, I think. The first one was about the will of the people. Judge,
The Phala Gate is now at the Apex Court. Now, this is the highest court in South Africa, which is known as the Constitutional Court. This court only has a jurisdiction or a restriction on constitutional matters only and issues that are connected with decisions on constitutional matters. They had to take it to this court because we are dealing with issues surrounding the President of South Africa. And it says in here that the decisions of the Constitutional Court cannot be changed by any other court. So only this court can make the decision and even appeal a decision. But it also doesn't allow witnesses in its proceedings, only deals with matters largely as a court of appeal, and then it considers the record of the evidence that were heard in the original setting or the original court. And in this case, that was on the Phala issue. Yes, Malema has not let it go. Now let's take a look at the responses of these high-level judges in the most highest court in South Africa. Did you watch and follow these proceedings when they were broadcast? Please let me know down below if were you impressed by the caliber of judges that are serving in this court. One of the biggest bone of contention was that the application was brought fatally late. That's what they called it, because of the fact that we as a country are now in the 7th administration, and this issue where there was a National Assembly vote that rejected the report happened in the 6th Parliament. Right? I don't know. Tell me what your thoughts are. As you have seen in the videos that I have added, there is a lot of opinion when it comes to this Phala issue, and we actually never thought that we would have to discuss such in terms of Cyril Ramaphosa, because he's this business guy. He's supposed to be the good one, right? But at this moment, we still don't know what the money was for then, because if the buffalo are still at his farm, the gentleman did not or misrepresented the truth in the different affidavits that he produced and the documents that he produced. What is going on? What was that money for? Okay, let me know what your thoughts are. But yeah, this is actually a big one. It looks small, but it's actually quite big, and it also goes on to poke holes at our judiciary. Is it captured? Can we find honest judges out there who will honestly apply law without being influenced by their political opinions? Please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching until thus far, and I hope to see you on the next video once the verdict has been announced, because at the moment judgment is reserved for this case.
The Reserve Bank statement on the Phala issue is written in complicated English, but what it says in simple terms is that After looking at all the sworn statements, looking at all the other information, documentation and so on, it has come to the conclusion that the alleged sale of buffalo never took place. In other words, the transaction was never completed. The buffalo are still at Phala.
Now remember on this one is a bit controversial. This is my view. Cyril has never suggested that he knows Mustafa Hazim. Whether the money was declared by Hazim as he claimed or not, it's not Cyril Ramaphosa's version. Hazim said he declared the cash and he produced a declaration document. SARS is saying this side they cannot find the document. Yes, some people would want to say by association it means Cyril is lying. But legally, I don't think so. But you guys can have your views on this as well.
Very realistically, in the public protector investigation, in the parliamentary inquiry, and in the Reserve Bank investigation, the president has himself or caused someone else to make sworn statements to say that there was a transaction when there was none. And so this matter is being swept under the carpet. In another country where law enforcement and accountability functions, there would be a police investigation.
Let me know what your sentiments are down below. Please give this video a thumbs up and I will see you on the next video.